is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you on a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Coming to y'all early. I'm going to be heading out of the city today to another city, so I wanted to get the video up early. We're going to talk about the Atlanta Hawks. The Trae Young, John Collins rebuild is for real. This team is going to be so bad that at the end of the day, they're going to lose a lot of games. But they're going to be fun to watch because they got so many young players that can do fun and exciting things. Plus, they got a guy like Trae Young. You want to watch him play because he make big shots. He take tough shots. It's a love and hate relationship with him. But he's young, and Trae Young can play. And I watched him at Summer League. Sometimes I was like, this guy is crazy. And some other times I was like, wow, he was actually able to make the right pass, make the right layup, make the right floater. He closed some games in Summer League by making the right play. So as long as he keep his head on his shoulder, take his punches, and keep his head up while he's taking them, he should be fine. Like I always tell you guys in the breakdowns of when he got traded, Trae Young is a project. He's not going to come in and be this 25, 30-point scorer. He's short, he's small, he's very little. He's already coming into the NBA at a disadvantage with his body. He has to get that more muscular so he can take the contact, especially in traps and screens when he's coming off those screens and when he's getting hit by a screen. His defense has been horrible and terrible. It is partly effort, it's partly size, and it's partly his body. I think that that's something that we all know, so we're not going to really criticize Trae Young because this is something that we know already going into the season that he's going to have problems with. At least for me, I'm going to be fair. I don't expect Trae Young to be this 50% shooter from the field and 40% from three with no turnovers. I expect him to shoot low. Like Lonzo Ball shot low from the field. Emmanuel Mudiay shot low from the field. I'm expecting Trae Young to take at least 15 to 16 to possibly 20 shots a game. After they traded Dennis Schroeder, let Dwight Howard and Paul Millsap go, somebody has to take these shots, guys. And if you got a guy like Dennis Schroeder that actually showed that he's a quality point guard, and you trade him away for a 20-year-old who hasn't played one game in the NBA yet, and Trae Young, plus he's a turnover-prone guy because he has to make all the decisions. The ball is in his hands, plus he still has to learn by fighting through the jungle just to make it out of this 82-game season. I do expect injuries in his first 3 years because he is little. He's going to get to the paint. He's going to get knocked around. He's going to get hit. And his body is just not where it's supposed to be at right now. And I can see him missing some 10 to 15 games this season just because of injuries. But if he's able to make it, I do think he's going to be a high volume scorer. He's going to take a lot of shots. He's going to miss a lot of shots. He has bad shot selection. But one thing I like about Trae Young, and I'm going to end it with this, is that he's aggressive. He's attacking. He's looking to make a play, whether it's scoring or whether it's making a pass to a lob to John Collins, whether it's pulling up from three, whether it's getting to the paint, hitting the floater, getting to the paint, hitting a spot-up jump shot. He's always in attack mode, and that's going to always keep the defense guessing. That's going to always keep the defense on his heels because he's always initiating something. You have to collapse the defense if he goes to the paint. He can kick it out to the shooters like Kent Bazemore and Tareem. He has somebody in the inside like John Collins that he can always dish to. Plus, he's always in attack mode coming off the screen. They got to trap him. They got to double team him. And that creates an opening for somebody else. He can make that pass. He can make that shot. If they don't come under, if they go under the screen, he can shoot the three. If they do go under the screen, he can get to the paint floater, pull up jumper, dump off to Collins, kick out to Taurean Prince, Kent Bazemore. So this offense is going to revolve around the actions and what Trae Young is going to be able to do. So he's going to be the focal point of their offense. He is the point guard. He's going to have the ball in his hands the most. He's going to make a lot of bad shots, a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers, and he's going to have a lot of games where he embarrasses himself. He's going to have a lot of games where he's going to be the hero, the game winner. He's going to have a lot of games where he had an okay game. He's going to have games where he just turned the ball over so much that they lost the game. So at the end of the day, it's a growing process. And he's going to learn throughout these next I think it's going to take him a while to develop into a star, but I do think he will eventually get to that all-star level in the East, especially if the East continues to be weak. I can definitely see a guy that's going to get a lot of shots and get a lot of opportunities because his usage really making an all-star team. Jeff Teague made an all-star team. Kyle Korver made an all-star team. It's a lot of guys that wasn't really great, dominant players that made all-star teams, especially in the East. And I don't see why Trae Young can't do it with the opportunity that he's been given with his team. It does seem like he's going to eventually get there. And that's worth a top 5 pick. Even if he doesn't change the franchise to a championship contender, at least he can make them competitive in young because he's only 20. Um, Obviously, you got Thomas Robertson. He's not going to be returning. Torian Prince is their best player to me. He's better than Trae Young. He's a wing. He can shoot the three. He's starting to learn how to create his own shot. He gets out in transition and finish. He's a guy that can knock down that corner three. He can start playing on the ball, something he couldn't really do years ago. He's a decent on the ball handler and solid decision maker, but he still needs to improve in those areas if he wants to become a better player. But the best part about him is he's a great guy that can, space out the floor for Trae Young and John Collins to play in pick and roll. And his ability to shoot that corner and spot up three makes him dangerous. You got Miles Plumlee, $12 million. He's a guy that's going to set screens, play hard, rebound the ball when necessary, and stay around that paint area, always giving outlets to the other players that collapses the defense. He's always going to be around that rim, and he's going to make their job a lot easier. Jeremy Lin, we don't really know what to expect from him because he's been beat up and tore up the last couple years, but having a backup point guard that's quality is going to be good for Jeremy Lin, and if he can really embrace this role and come back healthy, maybe he can stay in the NBA for a little longer. Alex Len, he's a guy that I'd rather have him because he is 25. He is young. He shows some signs. He doesn't look like a starting center, but he does look like a solid backup, especially with a young core that wants to get up and down the court and run and get easy opportunities. I don't see why Alex Len can't be a solid player at best, and you only paying him $4 million, so it's not like you expected him to be the franchise center. But it is good to take a flyer on a guy that shows potential, and you want him in the facility so you can see his work ethic, how he is, how much do he want it, do he wants to be great, what he needs to work on, do he want to work on stuff. You don't really know that until you actually get the person in, and now that they sign a contract, they get to see why Alex Len is a bust or how they can help him not be a bust and fit in with this team. And they only signed up for 1 year anyway. Kevin, he's going to be solid. Kevin Hudier, he'll be fine. I don't think he's going to get as many minutes as people think, but I think this team going to need him, especially if an injury happened to somebody like Bazemore or Prince. It is good to have a 6'7" shooting guard coming off the end of the bench that's ready to prove and earn some minutes. Obviously, you got Dwayne Dedman, a solid center. He had a solid season last year with San Antonio and Atlanta. At worst, he can be a starting quality center. Not going to really bring you much offensively, but he is going to do the little dirty work. He's going to set the screens. He's going to protect the paint as best as he can. He's going to give you a lot of effort and energy, and he's a professional. He's going to teach the young players how to, like Trae Young, he's going to give them advice, help them out, and also, clog up that paint and get them an outlet when they need it. John Collins is one of their high potential guys. He had a season that was unexpected. He made the best out of his minutes. He made the best out of his opportunities, and he really showed that he has potential to be a starting power forward or center in this league. And he wants to build upon that like he did in summer league. He had a great summer league. A lot of people talked about him. He started putting his name out of there. He was in a lot of articles. He was in a lot of podcasts. And I want to see him build off his rookie in summer league and have an even better season with him getting more minutes and him getting more playing time and more better role this year. We should see a better John Collins than we see in summer league and in his rookie season because he's more polished. He's more better. He understands the game. The game has slowed down. And this should be a big step for him in his sophomore season, and he only should go up from here. Vince Carter is just going to come in and bring that work ethic. He's going to come in and lead by example. He might not get that much playing time either, maybe 10 to 15 minutes at the max. But what he brings off the court and what he brings as a professional is really why they're paying him the 1.5 million. Bembry, solid player. He's a guy that they're going to need more out of because they don't really have enough of the athletes, especially when you look at the guard and small forward position. They have people that can play the position. They have guys going to take the bulk of the minutes, but having extra depth at those positions is never bad, especially when this is more of a wing NBA. The wings are really winning you the championships, and he's a guy that's a solid wing player, and he can be possibly a trade chip if they ever want to make a move for another player or try to add up some picks. I can see him. Kent Bazemore, I'm surprised that he's still on the roster, but he is a guy that can play solid defense and still give you 3-point shooting, which helps the pick and roll with John Collins and Trae Young. You always got somebody that you can kick it out to and make those shots. Plus, you know, he can get out on the brink, get layups and dunks. He can get steals. He's a guy that can play the 2 or the 3. He can switch. So Ken Bazemore is still valuable. I'm surprised they didn't try to cash in on his value this offseason and try to get a pick or at least some salary cap from him because he is making $18 million, which is a lot compared to a lot of other 3-and-D guys, considering that it's a lot of better defenders than Bazemore, but he is one of the better shooters. And obviously, you got players like Justin Anderson, a solid player, and that's really about it. The Hawks team is basically about John Collins, Trae Young, Kent Bazemore, and obviously Taurean Prince. That's their best players. That is their nucleus. That is their core for right now. I do want to see who they do. Is it going to be Bembry? Is it going to be Hooter? Who's going to take Bazemore's spot because he doesn't fit the timeline and the age group of this team? Even though he still is 29 years old, I don't really see him being around the next 2 to 3 years. I do see him being moved either this year or next year, not just to clear cap space, but just because they're in a rebuilding mode. They need another shooting guard that's young and fits this age group, and I think they're going to try to find that in the draft this year or next year, mostly this year because some solid guards in that top because I don't really expect this team to even win 25 games. Like I said, they're going to be exciting and fun to watch because it's going to be Trae Young watch what he's going to do, how he's going to win. Everybody's going to be watching to see what he's going to do. And everybody's going to be watching this team to see how much John Collins has developed, how much has Taurean Prince developed. And it should be fun and exciting for the Hawks to see their future right before their eyes, before they become stars, before they become superstars, before they become all-stars. We get to watch them now. This is going to be a tryout team. And there's going to be a team that at the end of the day is going to be bad. It's going to be ugly. It's going to have the good, the bad, and ugly all this season. And it should be fun, but it's also going to be bad to watch. They're going to be a laughing stock. Same Trae Young going to make some embarrassing plays. He's going to lose them a lot of games. He's going to win them some games. So you get everything with this team. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this Hawks win 25? Do you think they win less? Do you think they get the number 1 pick? Do you think they get a top 5 pick? Do you think they're going to be slept on and end up winning enough games to win 30 to 35? Do you think they can make the playoffs? We don't really know until the season starts, until the season ends, but I'm predicting them to win less than 25 games. I'm predicting them to be one of the worst teams in the NBA. I think they will get a top 3 to top 5 pick, possibly even the number 1 pick. I don't think that's out of the question. And they're in the East, so they could sneak up and win a couple games because they're going against other bad teams too, predominantly because they're in the East, so they're going to get easier teams. And like I said, this is a growing process. This is a bigger picture team. And right now they got a lot of assets. They got some young talent, got some veteran talent filling out this roster. And they got to learn how to win. They got to learn how to play together. They got to learn how to build chemistry. They got to learn how to play together. And they got to learn how to get on the same page. Once they do all that, then the playoffs will come years from now. But right now it's all about developing them and allowing their game to grow. And that's what this season is going to be about for them. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Like on Facebook to show support. Check out my spread shirt. Here you can buy my t-shirts, my hoodies, my sweatshirts. on my Spreadshirt. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the videos, liking the Facebook page, and also thank you for purchasing merchandise. And also thank you for watching and continue to keep my old videos afloat. If you're new to the channel, check out my older videos. Binge watch. I do a lot of great content here, and I'm going to continue the What to Expect series for the rest of the month. I want to do my prediction of power rankings, my prediction of even the Rookie of the Year, the obviously MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. That will be in October. As I finish up the last couple teams, it should take us through the rest of this, September. And once September ends, we're going to start predicting the awards. So you guys know, head up. Let me know what team you want to see that I didn't do yet. Just keep subscribing, keep watching, keep liking, keep supporting, and we all will be good. Let me know what you guys think.